A lot of people have been writing off the Heat ever since Dwayne Wade left the franchise a couple of years ago. The Heat have been forgotten about until last season when Jimmy Butler took the team to the finals against the Lakers. Now, a lot of people didn't even expect the Heat to make it that far in the playoffs to begin with. A lot of them were saying that they would maybe sneak in as a dark horse, but that the Bucks would crush them. And it was pretty shocking last season in the playoffs when Jimmy Butler took the Heat and swept a lot of the teams, including a gentleman's sweep of the Bucks. That was a number one team seeded Bucks that lost pretty bad to the Heat. And when they got to the finals against the Lakers, the Lakers were obviously, better. They had Anthony Davis. The Heat were missing a big man that can really lock down Davis. So the Heat kind of struggled, against the Lakers, and they lost the series. But Jimmy Butler really turned the Heat around. And it's funny because when he left Philly, a lot of people wrote Jimmy Butler off, saying that his attitude doesn't fit in with teams. He's always fighting with players. He's always too demanding with the coach. But Jimmy Butler's a baller, and he's just speaking his mind. Jimmy Butler, if he's got a problem with you, if he thinks you're not playing hard enough, he's going to tell you. And I think his mentality and attitude really blends in with the Miami Heat culture that's run by Pat Riley. The Heat are known to be a very smart, hard-working team. And Jimmy Butler, although everyone's writing him off as a bad teammate, he looks like he is excelling with the Miami Heat. Besides taking a big payday, $141 million over 4 years, he's really having fun with his teammates. And when you look at their playoff picture and when they came back to the bubble in the NBA, their team chemistry was just really high. Duncan Robinson was nailing threes. Tyler Herro looked like he was having fun in his rookie season. You got Bam, who had some highlight blocks. They all looked like they were playing and clicking on all cylinders. They were a really good Heat team that surprised a lot of people, including myself. I never thought the Heat would get into the finals. I had a feeling they would do well in the playoffs because they were a scrappy, team that just was very underrated at the time. But sweeping the Bucks and then getting to the finals against the Lakers, that was just crazy unexpected. And it was a very good experience for Jimmy Butler and this young Heat team. But the question is now, can Jimmy Butler, who is 31 years old, he's still in his prime, maybe he's coming out of his prime, but he's still a very good player. He's one of the best two-way players in the league. Let's take a look at Jimmy Butler, or Jimmy Bucket's, stats for last season. He averaged 20 points a game, almost 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. He's 31 years old. He is playing very well. He's a very good leader for this young Heat team that's just getting better and better each season. I think he's really going to help the Heat develop their draft pick and their young players. I think Jimmy Butler might be in the conversation for an MVP this season. I think he's going to be balling, especially with the borderline all-stars of Tyler Herro and Bam, that I think are just going to really motivate this team to do well this season. Can Jimmy Butler lead this Heat team to a title? Everyone's talking about the Lakers, the Clippers, the Brooklyn Nets, the Bucks all being title contenders, but again, everyone's leaving out the Heat, who literally made the finals last season. But can they win a title? I definitely think they're in the conversation. They came so close, so I really think they can do it. I think they're still one piece away, though. Obviously, there's rumors about James Harden going into the team, but I don't think his play style would work with the Miami Heat culture. He's more iso ball, and the Heat are big on, passing the ball, movement, and just team effort, which James Harden is not, let's be honest, he's not used to in the Rockets organization. But the Heat could use, maybe a couple more role players on the bench. They could have an additional maybe power forward or center that play alongside Bam. Other than that, the Heat are just a very good team. They're very well coached. Eric Spoelstra is one of the top head coaches in the league. Pat Riley's one of the better presidents and GMs of the team. He's just, he's been good for so many years. I think it's possible. I think the Heat really can take it, and I think they're going to be another dark horse in this league again this season. They're going to surprise a lot of people. Jimmy Butler said, watch out for our team this year, and, I really think it can happen. But I want to hear from you. Where do you think the Heat stand in this league this season? Do you think they can go as far as they did and possibly win a title this year? Let me know in the comments. If you want to stay up to date with the Miami Heat on all NBA news and rumors, then subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you again soon.